What's up, alexy1 playing Favorit. And we get the French. And I'll try and do something different here as well. Every time I try to do something different than I normally do, they instantly play something I really don't know. This knight c6, I've got no clue whatsoever. So I'm thinking if I play knight c3, knight f3 is gonna take on e4, I guess. But is that so bad? Maybe I can transpose into some sort of weird advanced variation. This knight, so it's just like I played e5 here. Then they normally play c5 and then c3. So it's totally different. But I don't know. I'm just clicking. I'm not really making any half decent moves, I think. But so if he takes an e5, I'm just gonna take back. But instead he goes queen e7, which I'm guessing has something to do with a future queen b4 check. But I'm not sure. Maybe I should just go knight somewhere. I was deciding between e2 and f3 because I want to go f4 if possible. So probably gonna go f4 here now. One thing to watch out for if he goes bishop b4, yeah. And then if I were to do nothing and he goes bishop d7, he's threatening knight takes e5. But yeah, that's not really, doesn't really matter anymore because I'm just gonna castle and then the threat is gone. So well, we do get interesting positions now, so maybe just go a3, let him choose. Well, I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna take back with the knight or with the pawn. I was gonna say, but so this bishop is doing nothing anymore. I can maybe even go back, but yeah, gonna do it. So he can attack my d4 pawn with bishop b6. My d4 pawn. Trying to make use of this knight on c6 here. But if you were to go bishop b6, I always have this knight a4. But it is gonna be pretty annoying if he does that. So let's see, if I go b4, bishop b6, then knight a4, then knight takes e5, I guess. And knight takes d4. So ideally I want to put my knight here. Maybe I can turn it around. But if knight a4, knight takes e5, yeah. So maybe I can go knight d1, and if he goes bishop b6, I can just go c3 because this bishop is defended. And there's no threat of knight takes e5. Yeah, I have to take and then c3. So yeah, he's making room to to play either c5 or c6. But we do have a passed pawn now. On the downside, we don't have the bishop pair. But yeah, should be somehow a bit balanced. I'm just trying to get my pieces active now. And this knight here on f4 is doing a good job. Maybe you can go g5 with it. No, g5, knight h5. Winning at least a pawn. Because of the threat of knight f6. So I need to keep that in mind. That is a threat. So yeah, if knight e6, I'm gonna go knight d3. Just trying to keep the position together. He has to find a way to play c5. So he wants to go g5, I presume. I'll just... Okay, so now he's defended against this knight h5 threat. But I have the extra option of going h5, and now this knight here is never going away. Yeah, this is positionally probably very good for me. I have to watch out for my time now though. He's maybe going to g5 and e4 with the knight. Probably. I guess that's the idea. Maybe I can put my other knight on f4 now. I'm also threatening to take this one, of course. So if he goes knight g5, I'm probably just gonna take and then take on f5. Knight h8. Okay. So if I take, and then take on f5, g6 is annoying. Because takes, bishop takes, and this one is hanging there. So it's actually a pretty interesting move. Tricky to say the least. Also pinning everything. I need to defend that. The bishop. I'm not really liking this, since now he can get a pawn on g6. I don't know if I want to take back if he takes. Well, now I have to. So. Yeah, and he's just gonna attack that pawn. I have to attack this one. But we still have a passer, so should be doing still quite alright. We definitely have the edge here, but if it's enough, I don't know. If we trade rooks here, it should probably be a draw. Unless he were to play rook g5, then I'm gonna take and the g5 pawn will fall eventually. But he's gonna put his rook on e4. He's just putting his rook behind my passed pawn. I don't know, I think the only chance here is to go into this pawn ending, but it should be a draw, I guess. Well, I don't have a lot of time to calculate as well, so I'll just try. Because the problem is he has a passer as well. Yeah, it should probably just be a draw. Yeah, this is a draw. Well, unless he plays h5 or something, and I can maybe even go king g5 and take there and march on. Let's try and create one here, but he said, yeah, thought so. Yeah, I think this is a draw. Because he can never take here.
Draw?
Yeah. So let's have a look. Okay. And yeah, normally I play the terrace here, knight d2, but I tried for something different, and immediately my opponent deviates from what I know. So I know two moves here instead of this knight c6. I've never played this in a normal game or anything. But yeah, the main move nowadays is bishop b4. The winner, I don't know how to pronounce it. So I think, I'm not even sure, but I think e5, c5, a3 takes in either knight e7 or queen c7. And then this, I think this is somewhat of the main line. f4 here, knight c6. So as you can see, I do know some of it, but I'm not sure about it at all. I think this is the main point where all the lines start deviating. So I think there's a line where you go queen d3, and I think there's a line where you go h4. I even think there's a line where you go bishop e3, or even rook b1. But I don't know. It's just not in-depth knowledge, it's just I know some of the moves. But yeah, after this move, so the normal break in the French is with c5. But now, that's not really the case anymore. I don't know, I went for e5 here since I thought maybe it's... I was looking at it like this, so if you go e5 here, c5 is definitely the one move Black has to make. But now, after e5 here, c5 is never really possible. The downside to that is my c3 is also not really possible. But I thought, well, maybe it doesn't matter. But this f6 immediately attacking the center is probably very good. So if I go f4 here, there's probably gonna be something nasty with take and queen h4 or something. So f takes, yeah, queen h4. Just attack d4. So I have to take back with the d pawn then, but that's not really good as well. So now this diagonal is open for the bishop, and well, f4 is a weakness probably. Can easily be attacked with g5. You can put a knight on f5. I don't know. I don't really like this structure at all. I'd rather take back towards the center. So yeah, I thought maybe bishop e5, since this is a known idea in some of the terrace lines where they go knight c6. But yeah, queen e7, I've got no idea. I thought maybe he wanted to go to b4 or something, and then a5 and bishop e4. I don't know. But he went to f7. Okay, so now I can go f4 since this queen h4 nonsense is not really a threat anymore. And now castle. But as you can see here, I've already lost a lot of time, which is annoying. And I was afraid of a move like this actually, but I was calculating lines like this, and I should be winning here, since if he takes on d3 we can take the rook there. So, but I should keep an eye out for stuff like that. That's why after bishop d7 I went knight d1. So for instance, if I go, well, I was thinking about this for instance, but then, well, I thought knight takes e5, but knight takes d4 also. Or maybe I thought knight takes d4 here, I don't know. So if he takes here, we have this in-between check there, and black is just totally winning here. This pawn is weak, black is pawn up, and yeah, easy. So this knight d1 is probably a good move. I thought knight a4, knight takes e5. I didn't look further, but it seems like knight c5 is still somewhat annoying. But he can take on d3. So he takes bishop there, and then probably b4. Oh no, this one is hanging as well, so he has to go to c8. Knight b1, knight f5. The engine wants to go back. I'll just attack this pawn. Yeah, maybe it's something, but probably just... Oh, that fails to knight f4. So he has to take, and then bishop e6. Yeah, but black isn't losing this. I don't think. He has to watch out though for my knight b5. So he can't really move. If he moves his knight, for instance, knight b5 is pretty annoying. Well, he still has this bishop d7, it seems. So he's still okay. I don't know. Yeah, I just went c3. Knight d8. And then knight f4, I think. c6, just to defend. And now we're just putting our other knight towards a good square, since it's not needed anymore on d1. Yeah, so if g5 here, which is, well, it feels like a move that should be played, but it feels to this sweet move here, threatening knight f6. So yeah, this is just very good for me. So I think this is one of the points that he's defending this g5 pawn now. So for instance, if I make a nothing move, he can maybe go there, and then just, I don't know, move this bishop or something. Bishop e6. So now g5 is still failing to take stakes and still knight h5. Then bishop e8. But now this h5 and I should be pretty good here. Yeah, and this is an annoying move. I missed this knight h8, strangely enough. So I thought maybe take and take here. But then g6, yeah. Oh wow, rook f8. Yeah, that's annoying. So I thought if he takes, he can just take back and then even here, black. Oh, white is still winning. How's this winning? Okay. Nice. So rook b8. Ah, knight e7. Well, c7. And now we're all of a sudden threatening rook h3 check and knight f4. That's a nice line. So I could just take as a, well, I missed that. After g6 we can just play rook f8, winning this bishop. And so then this is very good for us. Well, still, now g6 is the threat. So if g4, g6. Maybe not, I don't know. Feels like black should be doing quite alright here actually, but the engine doesn't agree with me. I don't know. This is a good move, so now probably black is in the clear. This ending should be a draw, I guess. I didn't see any way forward, but maybe I should just keep the rooks on. a4, a5, and then what? And now the engine wants to go rook f3. I'll just pass, yeah. Well, how to pass? Yeah, there's not really a way to move forward. Maybe I can get my rooks somehow to the b file. So rook d3. But then the king gets active. Yeah, and this is only in black's favor. I don't see a way forward. And this is probably just a draw. Yeah. Since black can't really overpush here as well. h4. Suddenly loses. Yeah, we're just one step too early for him. So king g3, and now, I don't know, g5. But I can just stay in the h file, and if black comes too close to over the fourth, then my pawn will queen, so. Yeah, this is still a draw. I don't want to be playing e6 here. Well, still a draw, it seems. Well, yeah, this is maybe an idea, because here it can still go wrong. But yeah, probably a GM won't go wrong here. For instance, let's see, how can you really mess up here? Yeah, well, there's not really any way. Because king d6, well, king f5, king d6, king f6 is a way to go wrong. Because now we get opposition. And so king f7 here, and king e8, and then king e7. And now we're just winning this pawn eventually. But instead, after king f5, he just has to go back to e7. But yeah, that's still a way for him to go wrong, seeing as king d6 is a somewhat normal move, normal looking at least. But yeah, this is just a draw. I mean, even if he goes, well, you can just pass. You can just go to e6 here. Doesn't really have to allow anything here. Well, this is also still a way for him to go wrong. Maybe I should have tried a few more moves. I don't know. I think draw is fine. We'll see. What do you guys think? Think I should have played on? If you want me to play some openings, let me know. Hit me up. See you guys next time. Bye bye.